Hello everyone. I congratulate Swami Vivekananda Study Center of Shankarlal Khandelwal Arts, Science and Commerce College, Akola for organizing courses for holistic development of students. Add-on course on life skills for self-empowerment is empowering students on various life skills and hence enhancing the quality. I am grateful to the management members of Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Akola, Principal Dr. Jagdish Sabu Sir, Add-on Course Committee Coordinator Dr. Aarti Deshpande Madam, Coordinator of Swami Vivekananda Study Center Dr. Nisha Varade Madam for inviting me as a resource person for enriching students on the topic creative thinking. Some people are naturally creative. All of us have the ability to be creative. Everyone can become creative, and I truly believe in it. We generally see problems as big problems. The problem should be seen as an opportunities to find new ways of doing things. We usually see problems as hurdles to be jumped. We all can practice creative thinking. Make it as part of our life. Develop the habit, use creative thinking to get new vision, new angle, new perspective to see the world. Definitely, this session is going to help you to be creative, and definitely this session is going to help you to become successful global citizens for the 21st century. Let us see the life skills recommended by UNICEF, UNESCO and WHO. They are problem solving, critical thinking, effective communication skills, decision making, creative thinking, interpersonal relationship skills, self-awareness building skills, empathy, stress management, emotion management. Life skills is a term used to describe a set of basic skills acquired through learning or direct life experiences that enable individuals and groups to effectively handle issues and problems commonly encountered in daily life. Life skills help us to build confidence and hence help us in achieving our goals. As it is rightly quoted by Albert Einstein, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. According to APJ Abdul Kalam sir, learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. Creative thinking is the act of making new connections between old ideas. It is the task of recognizing relationship between different concepts. Often creative thinking is about connecting ideas. It is more about connecting dots. Creative thinking can apply to areas such as design, communication, media and innovation, almost to all the fields that requires fresh ideas to inspire to solve problems, to generate new ideas for the 21st century. Edward de Bono originated the term lateral thinking. He also wrote book on 6 thinking hats. According to him, creative thinking is not a talent. It is a skill that can be learned. It empowers people by adding strength to their natural abilities, which improves teamwork, productivity, and where appropriate profits. Big question arises now. How do great artists and innovators come up with their most brilliant ideas? And what kind of process they follow so that they are able to bring those ideas to life? Let us see the process of creative thinking. A creative process is an approach for producing things new and original. It consists of 4 to 5 steps. The first step is preparation. The creative process begins with preparation, gathering information and material, identifying sources of inspiration, and acquiring knowledge about the project or problem at the hand. It is often an internal process as well as an external process. Stage 2 is incubation. The ideas and information gathered in stage 1 marinate in the mind. How we marinate some ingredients before cooking? Same way the ideas marinate in the mind. As ideas slowly simmer, the work deepens and new connections are formed. During this period of germination, the person takes their focus off the problem and allows mind to rest. Then comes the third stage, that is illumination stage. It is the moment. After a period of incubation, insight arises from the deeper layers of the mind and break through to conscious awareness, often in a dramatic way. It is the sudden eureka, the eureka moment that comes out of nowhere. So this is the third stage. The next stage is verification stage. Following the movement, the words get written down. The vision is clear. Whenever ideas arise in stage 3 are developed, use critical thinking and aesthetic judgment skills to hone and refine the work and then communicate its value to others. These are the 4 stages, and the next stage is implementation. Of course, these stages don't always play out in such an orderly, linear fashion. The creative process tends to look more like a zigzag or spiral than a straight line. Sometimes solutions might be to go back to stage 1, gather more resources and knowledge to find that missing element. Sometimes half-baked ideas before it is fully marinated are used. Creative thinking techniques. There are different creative thinking techniques. We will discuss few in details which will be useful for you. All techniques cannot be discussed in one session. So some important ones we will discuss. The first one is mind mapping, that is brainstorming a spider diagram. The second one is the checklist, where you ask why, where, when, who, what, how about the problem. Thinking hats, which gives you about the facts, emotions, judgments, logic, creativity and control. Lateral thinking, definitely this is sidestepping. And then we have random words, where you associate different words together. Picture association, where you associate picture or images. Change perspective in other people's shoes, that is OPV, that is other person's point of view. The next one is get up and go out. So this is let your mind wander, so imagination. Now let us see how to create a mind map. Now research indicates that 2 hemispheres of the brain process information in different ways. Now both the side of the brains are used, that is the right side and the left side, for creating a mind map. You can use this to bring 40 to 50 pages chapter on one page. Central main concept is written in the center of the page. Branching and sub-branching of the content can be shown in the pictorial form. So the basic idea of mind map is to capture our ideas in a map. The mind map is an easiest way to put information into our brain and to take information out of our brain. Some special features of mind map is both halves of the brain are used. The left half is used for logical thinking and finding information material. The right half is used for the pictorial representation of the mind maps. This synergy effect helps us to organize and structure your thoughts in a better way. This will definitely help everyone to make your notes, study for exams, and will help you to score good marks. Creative thinking doesn't just involve a single brain region. Instead, it requires whole brain. So the left side, which controls the spoken language, mathematical skill, written language, scientific skills, and logical reasoning, whereas the right side of the brain, which controls music awareness, three-dimensional forms, and definitely the right side is there for creative thinking and imagination. It is a dynamic interplay of different brain regions, thinking styles, emotions, unconscious and conscious process system. So, why this mind map is important or where it is used? So, let us see where we can use the mind map. It makes us of different learning style, mirrors how the brain works, makes use of linking. It ideas are easy to remember. Definitely, when you make a mind map, you can remember the ideas in a better way. Can be used to help organize your thoughts in the exams and cross out later. Easy to review, easy to recreate from memory. Since you have made it, you will remember it for longer duration. Saves time, you only record keywords. So in the mind map, you put keywords and it is very easy to remember the keywords. It stimulates the right and the left sides of the brain. So both sides of the brain is utilized for making the mind map. Brainstorming. Brainstorming is a team technique and is ideally suited for solving open problems. It is a simple means of generating a large number of ideas from a group of people in a short span of time. The team enjoys the process because it is interesting and it makes people feel valued. It provides new solution to old problems. Now let us see some of the guidelines. Focus on quantity. Capture as many ideas as possible. Withhold criticism. Encourage wild ideas. Record all ideas. Write down whatever idea comes out. Combine ideas and stay focused. These are some of the guidelines. Then the uses are like it helps to discover new ideas, thoughts and responses very quickly. There are definitely some advantages. It leads to very animated and energizing session. More reserved participants feel free to contribute. Disadvantages are it takes time, particularly if it is a large group. So it is a time consuming process. May consume a lot of material and requires high level of felicitation skills. There are two parallel words which are related to creative thinking, that is convergent thinking and divergent thinking. Creative thinking is based on facts and divergent thinking where it gives you more and more ideas. So like it is rightly quoted by Albert Einstein again, everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Most people are creative in their private lives, but tend to be less creative in public life. So you need to start breaking this habit, involve people and generate more and more ideas. Like according to Howard Gardner's theory on multiple intelligence, there are 8 to 9 types of intelligence. So we can conclude everyone is intelligent in one or the other way. So you can see some are musically intelligent, spatial, interpersonal, intrapersonal, bodily kinesthetic, logical, mathematical, linguistic, and naturalist. So these are different types of intelligence. So everyone is intelligent in one or the other way. Now, if we see the next technique, that is six thinking hats. Dr. Edward de Bono wrote book on six thinking hats. A wonderful book. If you get chance, please read it. The book provides a means for groups to plan thinking process in detail. In this process, thinking together is more effective. So it's a group process where blue hat gives you the process, the white gives you the facts, the red hat gives you the feelings, and the green hat gives you the creativity. The yellow hat gives you the benefit, and black hat gives you the caution and the precautions to be taken. Now in this, the sixth thinking hat can also be presented in the form of a mind map. You can see how it is presented. The blue hat, the green hat, the black hat, the yellow hat, and the white hat, and the red hat. So these are six thinking hats which gives you creative thinking skill. Now there is one small exercise. You are given 9 dots. Connect these 9 dots using 4 straight lines. Yes, most of you must have faced this type of challenges, or you must have challenged your friends, or you must have discussed in groups. Generally, solutions for this is the second figure. You must have tried in different ways, but the answer for this is the second figure. Now, if it is asked that using 3 lines join the 9 dots, yes, you must have tried it in many ways, but the best way is the third figure which is shown here. Now, if the question is rearrange the dots so that you can connect 9 dots in one line. Can you connect using 5 lines? Now, these are the different kinds of questions which you need to challenge your brain, and for this you need to do out of box thinking. Yes, what is out of box thinking? It is definitely thinking which is beyond. So for that you need to step out of your shoes, you need to challenge the assumptions, and you have to leave your comfort zone. We are conditioned not to think the unthinkable. So this is the main limitations for not doing out of box thinking. Let us see how to stimulate the creative process. The first one is sleep on it. The researchers have found that if you sleep on the ideas, you will get solutions after some time. Go for a run or hit the gym. Studies indicate that exercise stimulates creative thinking. Next is allow your mind to wander a few times every day. Now, imagination is the lifeblood of creativity. Use it to maximum so that you can do creative thinking. Keep learning. Studying something new will definitely give you a different angle, and it will help you in creative thinking. Put yourself in nerve-wracking situations. Once in a while, you can definitely put yourself in nerve-wracking situations. Keep a notebook. You can keep a notebook to record whatever thoughts which comes to you. So these are some of the techniques which stimulates creative process. According to Shiv Khera, winners don't do different things. They do things differently, as it is rightly said by Shiv Khera. We are brought up to believe that certain behavior and thoughts are right and the others are wrong. This conditioning constrains our thinking and prevents us from finding new answers. Unlock your creativity. Empower yourself to question your ways of doing things. Now, an assignment for all of you. Throughout the session, I have given examples of mind mapping. Deliberately, I showed you everything through mind map. Now, you have to take one chapter. You can take chapter from physics, chemistry, biology, botany, zoology, history, or any chapter from any subject. Make a mind map. Make your own notes using this mind map. Once you make this mind map yourself, you will fall in love with the content and you will definitely remember it forever. So, this is an assignment for all of you. Before I thank all of you, I would like to conclude. However, some situations require a different, more creative approach. Divergent thinking focuses on generating as many as ideas as possible and opens up new opportunities in order to find best fit solution. So, take out time to think creatively, avoid rushing to quick conclusions, think about the big picture. Thank you. Take care.